Just in the last 1 week, we have seen multiple instances of individuals suddenly collapsing. Three of them, in fact, died then and there. One person who was able to get CPR or cardiopulmonary resuscitation by a constable who has been trained in that procedure was able to save that life. I have three doctors from Apollo, Dr. Padmakar and Dr. Ashish Chauhan and Dr. Ali, who are going to tell us what people can do to save lives.
CPR is a procedure and it's a skill which we believe at this time every citizen globally should learn this. This is not something which is region or in India or anything. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation at this time it should be taught to everybody, and especially a part of it is called as COLS, compression only life support. This can save life, can save community, and it's a very simple thing which Dr. Ali will be showing us how do we do it or what do we do if a person collapses. So in case you realize that somebody is unresponsive, we immediately, even if you think this is a prank, I will request all the youngsters, because a lot of people are making reels nowadays, that yes, you must dial an emergency number before it is too late. Anytime an emergency number can be called off, even if it is a wrong call. But if you miss calling up emergency, it's a matter of life and death for somebody. So you take up your smartphone, even if the smartphone of the patient or the person who you are resuscitating is got locked, because everybody's phone is locked. When you press the side button, emergency phone immediately activates, and we have to say call emergency number. It automatically opens and it calls up the emergency number, which anybody should usually keep at least spouse's number in that, and move on and start CPR immediately after putting that emergency number in the speaker mode, so that when you're giving CPR, you should not lose the contact with the help which is coming. Help will require the location and everything which you have to give it, but you should continue giving the CPR as well as talking to your helper, whosoever it is.
Okay, so we have a mannequin here with which Dr. Ali is going to help demonstrate. So what do we first do when we find somebody has suddenly collapsed? Move him first of all this way, I guess.
Yeah. You have to keep him in a flat ground and try to assess his response. You have to tap him on shoulder and shout, "Hello sir, are you okay? Hello sir, are you okay?" The moment you feel the patient is not responding, you have to call your emergency number immediately. It might be 108 or 1066 or any other medical help you have to call. Okay, the moment you start calling, you have to check for his pulse. You can't check his radial pulse, you have to check his carotid pulse. This is just beside the windpipe here. Okay, so while checking for the pulse, you have to check for breathing as well, whether the patient is breathing or not.
Now I would suggest nobody to check both the pulse together. See, somebody is checking this side, somebody is checking this side. Both together is contraindication. Rather, you should not check it. So, time you believe a person is unresponsive. Say, when we start CPR, everybody will wake up. Even if a tremendously drunk or whatever, somebody's prank cannot continue the prank. So, the time you have a doubt, start CPR immediately. You have to understand that there is this collarbone, which is the center part of it, center of this and center of xiphisternum. At the center point, which is between the two nipples, we have to start in the center. Don't try to come towards the left side or the right side. Let the person be a dextrocardia or levocardia. Start in the center. Dr. Ali will show it to you. You have to collapse both the fingers together, and this part goes down. Dr. Ali, please do it as we record the whole thing.
This is the part we have to touch the patient at the lower half of the sternal bone, here, this place and this area. And you have to interlock with the other hand, keep your elbow straight and start compressing.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Please continue. Now this compression has to be 100 times in a minute. It has to be fast. 100 times in a minute, and it is a tiring thing. We have to understand that everybody available should be there to help you out and should not try to replace him from that side. No, you can't lose the time. So somebody like me has to come from the other side of the body. Now, if a person is collapsed in the toilet, don't try to bring him to the outside to the bed, or we will do it in somewhere. No, start CPR all the calls, compression only life support, wherever the patient is, don't lose the time. Don't lose the time in getting the BP apparatus, sugar machine, that has to be done simultaneously. If a patient is diabetic, low sugars can cause this, so you should ask somebody else to do it, but you have to start the CPR then and there. Please see it as Dr. Ali moves. Immediately I take over the position and I start it immediately. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, 10. The position of the elbow should not be bending down. It should be straight forward and above the level of the patient's mouth. So by looking at him, I have to do this, and this will make anybody move. So don't worry about the pranks. When you're doing a good CPR, in a way it will break the rib bones also. You and me have to understand we are trying to save somebody's life. So please don't worry and continue doing it till the time medical help arrives.
Dr. Padmakar, we have seen lots of instances in recent times. In fact, some people say post-COVID that you have an actor from Karnataka, a minister from Andhra Pradesh. We have seen several instances of those videos which have been very disturbing. So, how do we tackle this? I mean, CPR, is everyone qualified to do it, or only trained people can do it?
Everyone has to learn CPR. There is no qualification here. You have to learn, and NDTV or a media should teach everyone, just like we taught everyone about the vaccination and other communicable diseases problems. So we need to teach them. Every school child should learn it. Every software guy should learn it. Every person who's traveling in the car or taxi or aeroplane, I think they should learn. It's the only way we can save. 2 out of 100? Yes, probably yes, but much more than that, we can save them.
And you are suggesting that in marriage halls as well, we should have that as a special counter or important counter, most important.
Absolutely right. That's what I was telling about. All these places of functions like marriage halls, private halls, wedding halls, or some kind of functions where you expect everything to be there, especially the good food. But not about this first aid kit. One has to have a first aid kit. Make sure that police should give a permission once after checking the first aid kit is there or not. Municipal authorities have to look into it. Till then, we won't achieve what we wanted. We want everybody to be safe. We don't know what is coming in next minute. So we need to be prepared and you be aware that you can do something. We all know about the Ganjendra Moksham. Yes, we know. God has nothing in his hands, but he saved a Gajendra there. Oh.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Chauhan and Dr. Padmakar. So, life-saving procedures, something which looks fairly simple, but something for which you must get yourself trained so you are equipped with both the confidence and the ability to be able to perform and save a life. In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagaraju, Sudhir, NDTV.